Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama and today I'm bringing you a TVZ. This is going to be on Antiga Shipyard between the red Terran Neeb, who's spawning down in the bottom right corner, and up in the top left we do have Stephano, another one of our favorite Zergs, and by another I mean I just casted a Destiny game not too long ago and people love both of these players. So Stephano, of course, known for his amazing ZVP, but he actually did lose out to Polt in the recent, I believe it was the MLG Winter Championships. Was that it? I think so. So I think it was that. And he lost to Polt in that ZVT matchup. And Neeb is wondering if Stephano is in for the IPL 4, which is going on actually right now. So I have been watching a lot of it. But now I want to go ahead and get a few casts in, as I love casting as well as watching. So I hope you versus Polt. And there we go, just like we were talking, Neeb as well loves to see him versus Polt. And Stephano hopefully trying to get revenge if he ever does go up against Polt. So, and he says, I'm glad to see I have Terran fans. So this is going to be spawning cross position. This is a ladder game between the two of them. Stephano only is this his European account? I just checked it and I think it is. I think this is his European account. So he's #1 Masters right now, so I guess he's locked in the Masters spot, was not in the Grandmaster. At least on this account he is a Grandmaster player, though of course one of the top Zerg pros right now in the game. And Neeb is also, I think he's #2 in his Masters division, so it is a very high quality game, of course. And if you are playing Stephano, then you know you're doing pretty well for yourself in StarCraft 2. So Neeb going to be opting for that fast racks and throwing up the fast supply depot. So as a Zerg player or a Protoss player or any player, if you scout up and you see your opponent getting that barracks and the supply depot being finished before the barracks, you know that he doesn't have an early gas. That is just straight up knowledge of the game, as there are not enough minerals to go around for him to have a gas right there, have that early supply depot and minerals, and get that orbital. So basically he either had to cut a CV production, or he had to skip the orbital, or he has to, I mean, like, he could have a gas, you know, if he like played badly. But those would be things you don't want to skip your orbital and your SCVs at this point in the game, simply to get out a gas or get out that early supply depot right there. So that is something that Stephano could note, but Stephano has yet to scout at all. He's just sent his one Overlord out, so he's going to be getting that down and just heading down to the back of the base, which is where you want to be. He can check out his opponent's mining, things like that. But his opponent going for a 1-racks gasless expand, actually, so greedy play here by Neeb. But I've been seeing this a lot more in the TVZ matchup. A lot of Terran players have been opting for the 1-racks expand, sometimes 1-racks gas expand. They'll just get a tech lab or something like that, and going even faster, because it used to be the reactor Hellion expand, which is still kind of the current game style. But a lot of players are saying, you know what, I can be even greater than that. I don't even need to have a factory. I can simply just expand off of 1 barracks, stuff like that. So in the meantime, Stephano opening pretty standard as well, just mining 100 gas to get that speed upgrade and then pooling off. And a lot of players like to leave 1 drone in this gas here, and then when it mines 100 additional gas, then they will get a lair. But no, Stephano, and he actually didn't mine 100 gas, he mined 128 and pulled off, so a slightly late pull off. But then they'll get the lair, and that's just kind of a good like lair timing for them. So if you are, you know, not as skilled in putting your guys on and off the gas consistently like that, you can just pull 2 off and let 1 continuously mine until he gets 100 gas, and then you can get the layer after that. So the SCV going to come in here and get a full scout of the base, it looks like, as the Spinecrawler was uprooted at the time that the SCV walked by. So a nice little scout in there by Neeb. He's going to see a lot, and look at the fast third. Holy cow. He's getting that third at, I want to say, what, 5:30 here? 50 seconds off 6:15. So yeah, he's getting that at like 5:30-ish, which is just amazingly fast. But once again, this is kind of the new meta game for the Terran players, is getting the extremely fast third. So they get that extremely fast second base right there. throw down a bunker, and then take a third base. And I mean, look at how vulnerable this would be to some sort of baneling bust, something like that. But he scouted into his opponent's base. He saw nothing of the sort, so he saw no need to throw down additional bunkers. He has a pretty good idea of what his opponent has. He didn't see any guys mining the gas right there, so I mean, he knows that, you know, nothing crazy is coming at him right now. But it is such greedy play. But you know, it's not a bad thing to be greedy. You know, be greedy as you want if your opponent's not going to punish you for it at all, which a lot of Zergs currently are not doing. As they like to just sit there, sit back in their base, and kind of get up that third fast if they can, stuff like that. Just build that spine crawler and try and drone heavy. So why not SCV heavy right behind him? And if you look at the worker count, just barely ahead. Stephano is 35 to 34. So actually all tied up right now. And Neeb now going to be able to get out a lot of production. He's getting that combat shields, getting double engineering bay, as he will have the 2 gas and probably throwing down some gas here as well. Mostly mineral heavy army, I was trying to say right there. So a lot of marines being produced out of these barracks here. No add-on yet for the factory. We'll have to see if he's going for some sort of fast drop. Possible that he gets a starport and reactor here fairly soon, but not quite sure, as right now it looks like his attention is focused elsewhere, as his opponent Stephano has now made some roaches and is going to try and push in here. But with 2 bunkers he should be able to deal with this, as nothing else is really streaming in behind this. These are just kind of defensive roaches, I should say, or not really defensive, but making sure your opponent isn't getting too crazy. So these roaches can kill off any Hellions, of course. And then scout up into your opponent's base and say, okay, what does he have? Is he still on a lot of marines? Yes, he is. Okay, so I know that he's going bio because he has 2 bunkers and all these marines right here. So we know from that he's going for a very bio-heavy army. And yep, there goes the reactor and the starport going down for our Terran player. In the meantime, Stephano over here getting his +1/1 upgrade. So both players getting those 1/1, and they will finish up about 50 seconds apart, so there will be a tiny window that Stephano can abuse that if he wishes, but I doubt our Terran opponent, I was going to say, will push out in that time. It looks like he's just pushing out to secure his third, actually. So Stephano with great creep spread, as you can see, he's just pushing that out so far, pushing out pretty uniformly as well. So going to be able to really start covering the map, and that is such a huge thing as a Zerg player. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get that fast creep spread. As tanks, marine pushes, things like that, basically have to start at the edge of your creep and then slowly push their way in. So all the time that you can buy and keep their army out here beyond your creep is exactly what you want. And Stephano going to go ahead and throw down that fast 4th as well, as he knows his opponent has taken that 3rd. He scouted that with a Ling. So he knows his opponent does not have the largest force in the world, and if we look, no, it's just all of these marines right here. So what do we got? 24, 32, 34 marines out there on the field, and Stephano knows that he can take a 4th, as he does have banelings, a lot of lings on the way. Roaches just got that lair tech up now, so getting an infestation pit down. And 2-2 started as well, so Stim going down for Neeb. We'll have to see if this is when he's going to be making his push, or if he is simply going to turtle on 3 bases, as on this map, especially Antiga Shipyard, that is one of the favorite things for Terran and Protoss players to do, is get up those 3 bases and just simply turtle right there, because it's so hard for a Zerg to push in with these narrow chokes like this. They have this little choke right here, this little choke, and you can just have a few tanks here, a few tanks here, some tanks on the high ground, and then the rocks, of course, right here, and it just makes it so hard for a Zerg to push in. So go ahead, get your 3 bases up and running, and hope your opponent does not go too crazy with his tech and get too greedy himself. And Stephano being decently greedy, I would say. He's playing it fairly safe. He's getting out units to defend with any sort of push that would be pushing out right here. So these marines going to start pushing out to engage and pull back when they do see that army in the scan, as that was a lot of lings, a lot of roaches, and decent amount of banelings right there to deal with it. So he's going to be forced to back off. And Stephano just continuing to get this army up, going to be getting out the pathogen glands. 30 seconds has passed, so now he can go for the infestors, and right on time. Stephano so good with his timings right there, getting out the infestors perfectly in time with the pathogen glands, so they will spawn with enough health. In the meantime, there's going to be a drop over here to take out this 5th base of Stephano, and will he have the lings back here to defend? It looks like he will, and ling's going to come in from both sides and be able to defend it. But in the meantime, this is going to open up a window for Neeb to push down this throat. And it looks like a lot of those lings were cleaned up, and it looks like now the fourth here of Stephano possibly going to go down. These lings do have the 2-2, do they yet? No, they do not, so it's only 1-1 on 1-1. No marine splitting, though, really going down for Neeb, and that hurt him a lot, as those banelings did some pretty good damage right there. Actually, there was fungal growth, so that's why they did not split. That makes more sense. And there we go. Once again, another fungal growth goes down. This allows the banelings and lings to clean it up, so well done by Stephano to hold that. But once again, Neeb just continuing to be annoying. He does have some more lings over there, or I mean marines over there, taking out that fourth, finally going to get cleaned up, and another army now going to push out across the map. If you look once again though, such great creep spread, huge fungal growths do go off. This is going to be so deadly right here to the army, and this right here could be a nice little swing in favor of Stephano, as he was down about 25 supply and now has evened it up completely right there. So beautiful play by Stephano, and once again has to return to pick off these marines as they continually drop and over again, and one marine now left, so he's just going to move that over here, start being a little annoying over there, and Spinecrawler is going down in the base for Stephano, as he says, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with that one marine drop, so I'm just going to Spinecrawler up over there, and now he is finally able to saturate his fourth base. But once again, if you look at the supply count, we see that Neeb is still in the lead there. However, the upgrades, 3-3 going down, adrenal glands going down, and more infestors for our Zerg player Stephano. So Stephano so good with his upgrades. And wow, Neeb actually on the 2-2 as well, just getting his 3-3 started, so he is not far behind at all. I could have sworn he was just on the 1-1 the last time I saw, so I completely missed him getting that 2-2, but holding up fairly well. And there's Stephano going into the Ling Ultra Infestor, which he loves so much. A lot of Zerg players really hate Infestors. And huge fungal growths over here. I know there's a little battle over here, but I want to watch these fungal growths, as that is just so heartbreaking to see for a Terran player. And it looks like Stephano also going to be able to clean this up in the middle. However, there's drops coming over here at Stephano's third. Will he be able to get over there and deal with that in time? It looks like the Ultra is going to be spawning out in time to deal with this, possibly. Wow, that marine just tanks so many Ultra hits from the heal. So healing, yes, that's a very good thing from those medevacs. And some units kind of caught out here in the middle of the map. It looks like there's going to be a surround on them now, as the lings and roaches just tear them apart as well. Some nice fungal growths. So Stephano now really taking this game into his favor. And Neeb has definitely been put behind. He's lost a lot of those drops. And here we go. Stephano just going to push right at the main. Just going to go straight in. Again, nice surround on these units, running back behind them, going to take out these bunkers, take out these marines, take out the marauders, and it's going to be extremely difficult now for Neeb to deal with this army. He does not have much at all. He just has a few medevacs over here. No planetary fortresses anywhere. He does have a nice little wall set up here, but that's not really going to be enough. A couple of bunkers over here as well. Will Neeb put any units into the bunkers? No, he has not. And Neeb says, for once, I'm not sad that I lost. And that, of course, is because he is playing the amazing player Stephano. So Stephano able to handle that game so well, able to get into the space here and just take it out. So well played by Stephano. And Neeb actually played that very well as well, I'm trying to say. He got those 3 bases up fairly quickly. He was able to really get a mining force. But what really killed him is Stephano's so good at that drop right there, or defending drops. He was everywhere, so whenever Neeb was about to drop off units, there were already lings and ultras and infestors over there, and he was able to just pick off enough units, able to get good engages in the middle with some nice fungal growths, and just clean up his opponent Neeb. So well played there. I hope you enjoyed this, and Mr. Llama out.